Om Shanti. Today Baba tells us that Baba gives us food for the soul. And you see that we are always taking food. So the soul is always consuming information. And the interesting thing about food is if you eat the right kind, then it gives you health. If you eat the wrong kind, it gives you disease. So that same food, that same act of consuming can make you healthy or diseased. And you see, in the world, we are consuming a lot of information. And then when we churn on it, what it's giving us is spiritual illness. The soul is losing its joy, losing its, sense of power, losing its control, losing its peace. So, and the mind is more and more full of vices and fear and, all the emotions that are not in sync with the health of the soul. And Baba gives us knowledge, true knowledge. And just like you see, when you eat food, the food that the body eats, you have to digest it. And we are taking food, of the wrong kind from the world and digesting it by churning on it. Yes, so you listen to any news, you listen to any mishappening that's happening, all the wrong that's happening in the world, or you focus on whatever is not going your way in your personal circumstances in and around you, and then you keep churning on it. And when you churn on it, it makes you very miserable. It makes you lose all your power and peace and joy. And Baba says, I give you the right kind of food, the food of true knowledge. And when you keep churning on it, then, it gives you peace, it gives you joy, it makes you powerful. And so Baba gives us the food, but we have to take the food and churn on it. Yes, so first thing is I have to retain whatever Baba tells me in the Murli. I have to revise. Murli is not about listening and forgetting. So I have to hold those points in my buddhi and then churn on them so that, I become healthy. So the spiritual health is restored. I become free from vices. I fill myself with virtues. So Baba tells us this thing, and today in the Murli also there are many points which Baba gives for churning. For example, Baba tells us that, in the world people are getting prizes for peace, but I am the ocean of peace. And only I can give you peace. And Baba says that, in the world, people tell each other that, so and so worked for peace, so and so was an instrument for establishing peace, and they are given a prize. And then they say that in such a country or in this region of the world, they established peace. But Baba tells us that peace is such a thing that if everyone is not peaceful, the whole world is not peaceful, then there cannot be peace. Because we are not living, the world is now a global village. And anything that happens in one part of the world affects other parts of the world. So if even one corner of the world is not peaceful, if the whole world is not peaceful, there cannot be peace in the world. Because even if you want to be in peace, but there is economy, and there is, there is politics, and that political stage, is also related to international politics. And then the economy is as a whole, if you are not getting some things from other parts of the world, then you also cannot be peaceful on your own. So Baba tells us that peace is not the peace cannot be established in one part of the world or one small region, and nobody can be given a prize for that. So that's not how we should approach it. And Baba says, I am the ocean of peace, I am the bestower of peace, and only I have the ability to make the whole world peaceful. And Baba does that, and Baba establishes the world of peace. And Baba says, that is why you should give me the prize. So Baba says, I deserve the prize for establishing peace. And the interesting thing is, those who don't do anything for peace, so those who are not capable of establishing peace, they walk away with the prize. And then Baba says that I never get the prize and I establish peace actually. So this is one food for thought. And then related to this, I was also thinking today that, many people think that you can be peaceless and establish peace. So, there is, in the world, there is no concept of you have to be something to establish something. So, people are, they never think about, so, people who are in the so-called, who are working with the aim of establishing peace, they are themselves full of a lot of anger, and they are protesting, and it's violent, and they have a lot of resentment for other people. And Baba tells us this one thing, that you can only give what you have. You can only create that which you are an embodiment of. So Baba tells us that this is not how peace can be established. Baba always tells us that it has to begin with you realizing that you are a soul, and you stabilizing yourself in your swadharma, in your religion of peace. So you are a soul, you are peaceful. Peace starts with Baba reminding me that I am a peaceful soul, I belong to the world of peace, and I am the child of the ocean of peace. And when I stay in that awareness, then I am always peaceful. And whatever I am an embodiment of, I will be able to create an atmosphere of that. And I remember there was this one time, one brother had come to the center, and he was an activist, and he said that, what do you people work for? And I said, we are working for establishing a better world. So, the world of heaven. So he said, I cannot see you people doing anything. You are just, there is not much that is apparently being done. So he said, how do you think that you are establishing a better world? So I said, we are doing that by becoming better ourselves. So then he said, no, but what about the world? So I said, what is the world? The world is, accumulation of all we people, right? We individually make the world. So if each one of us is peaceful and better, then the world will be better and peaceful. So this is the logic. And then he said, no, but you have to. So I said, what? Be angry and establish a better world? That's not going to happen. So, people think that by being very vehement about it, by going about it in a very violent manner, you will establish a better and peaceful world. But Baba says, no, if you want to establish anything, then be an embodiment of that. And today, Baba gives us a very good law, that the creation is influenced by the creator. Yes, and the stage of the creator influences the creation. And you see, these are laws. So Baba is giving us food for the soul. Just think about it. You see, these days, even when it comes to physical creation, like parents and children, parents want their children to improve, but they don't want to improve themselves. And you see, in psychology, we understand that if one person is not mentally, not mentally up to the mark in a family, then the whole family needs treatment. But the interesting thing is, if one person is showing the signs of some mental illness, then other people are driving that person to get treated, but they are not taking care of themselves. They do not think that I have a problem and I also need to take care of myself. And you see, when we conduct programs for children, then what parents do? They will drop the children outside the center and pick them up from outside the center, but never enter the center. So they come, they drop, they wait somewhere, but they will not take that step of coming and sitting in the center. And I remember once we had a camp for children, and it was a 3-day camp. And then for 3 days, at least 50 children, they took the, they participated. And then 4th day, we kept a session for parents, that all the parents of these children can also attend a session, 1-day session, or 1-hour session. And how many turned up? 50 children and 2 parents. Because nobody wants to, nobody thinks that I have to do something. And Baba says the law is the creator will influence the creation. So and Baba says that this is about limited creation, okay? This is about the creation in a very physical aspect of creation, that, these are parents and these are children. But Baba says when you look at everything from the unlimited perspective, then you are the creators. You Brahmin children are the creators. Yes, Baba has given us the knowledge that you are sitting in the roots with Baba. Yes, do you understand your place in this tree of humanity? Do you realize where you are sitting in this tree of humanity? Baba says that you children are sitting in the roots with Baba. And you see, the whole, if you look at the tree, then out of the whole tree, only the roots have direct contact point with the seed. And the seed is Baba. And only we children are getting nurtured by Baba. And Baba says it is the roots that have to carry that nourishment to every leaf, every branch, every part of the tree. And Baba says you have to fill yourself with Baba's nourishment in such a way that you are able to sustain all the other souls and the elements of nature. So do you also behave like limited parents and don't think it's your responsibility and everybody should take care of themselves? Or you think that, I am the creator and I have to fill myself with so much treasures that I can take care of the creation? Yes, so have you seen the difference between the attitude of somebody who doesn't have any responsibility of taking care of the creation and the attitude of somebody who has the responsibility of taking care of the creation? So for example, somebody who is unmarried, they lose their job, they will of course be stressed, but not that much. But if you have 4 mouths to feed, then you will be very careful about not losing the job. You will take care that you don't lose the job. So Baba says that, do you as a soul, do you as a master creator hold yourself in that position of responsibility that I have to sustain this whole tree of humanity? Do you think like that? Or do you take as much power and knowledge from Baba as much as you require? Yes, so somebody who is not responsible for others can make do with very little. Very little is enough for them. So, many Brahmins, they don't realize that you are the master creator, that you are the ones who everybody is looking at for sustenance. So what they do is they only fill themselves up as much as they require. So, I should keep stable during the day. I should be able to face challenges. I should be able to do my purusharth. That much they are taking light and love from Baba. But not more than that. They are not thinking of filling themselves more. Once there was this one brother and he told me something very interesting. He said, why does Baba tell us to remember Baba for 8 hours? I remember Baba only in Amrit Vela, and I don't even remember Baba while at work, and I'm doing pretty well. I'm stable, I'm able to face the challenges and I'm fine. So I said, but Baba doesn't look at you as just responsible for yourself. Baba looks at you as responsible for the whole humanity. And Baba, that's why tells you that you have to fill yourself with 8 hours of yoga power so that you are able to do the service of serving the elements and serving all souls around you with the spiritual treasures that Baba is giving you. So Baba today says that not just knowledge, but we have to also give the upliftment of power to everyone. And how do you give the upliftment of power, the support of power to every soul around you? By drawing in that much of power from Baba. And power is drawn in yoga. So, just taking power from Baba, the power of love, the power of tolerance, the power of stability, the power of love, peace. You have to draw that power from Baba. And just Baba is the powerhouse. You just have to sit in remembrance of Baba and soak in that power. Just like when you have to fill the nuts with water, what do? Just put them in water and leave them, and they will absorb all the water through the process of osmosis. So, the soul also is naturally, designed to have this osmosis with Baba. So, if you just keep the soul connected in Baba's remembrance, just envision that you are sitting in Baba's remembrance and you are taking power from Baba, you are taking love from Baba, then that love, that peace, that joy, that power from Baba fills your heart. But you just have to sit in Baba's remembrance. So there is an osmosis naturally that happens. You don't have to do anything. You just have to soak the seeds in water, right? And then the water enters the seed and it makes all the nutrients active. Similarly, all the nutrients, all the treasures that are inactive in the soul right now, they have become dormant because we didn't use them. So now, when you just sit in remembrance of Baba, Baba's, that process of osmosis, it will just activate all that is there in you, all that is now inert in you. And Baba says that if you do that much, if you pay attention to remembering me, then you will become full of power. And then you will radiate that power to anyone you meet, or even, create a powerful atmosphere. And, I always have this slight, I don't know what, I feel very sad about it that Baba gives us very high knowledge, but sometimes, we think spirituality is all about, that those things that the world is talking about, just setting boundaries and this and that, which everybody is talking about. But no, spirituality is a whole different realm. So what Baba is teaching us is very different. So drawing power from Baba, and you can even change the atmosphere through that state. If there is a place where souls are remembering Baba, then even when somebody steps in that atmosphere, they feel that they are able to overcome weak thoughts. Yes, so you see, sometimes, so there is one Kumar, and that brother was asking me this question. He said, Didi, when I remember Baba at home, I'm not able to remember Baba with concentration. But when I do the same thing in the center, I'm able to do it. So he said, what is the difference? So why am I able to remember Baba in the center? So I said, because there is a powerful atmosphere which has been created through Baba's remembrance. So, even concentration, or, overcoming weak thoughts or overcoming weak tendencies, you can help every soul. That is a very strong spiritual support you can lend to every soul through your own stage, and by creating an atmosphere through that stage. But I also told that brother that, okay, you feel that you are able to take that power from the atmosphere of the center, but then what do you learn from that? You have to learn that these souls who are living in the center are creating that atmosphere through following what Baba is saying. So instead of just thinking that I should be the one taking benefit of that, that atmosphere, you can also be an instrument to create that atmosphere. So now that you are going, so he was going away to study. So I said, now that you will be going to college, and now that you will be living in the midst of a hostel or something, then create that atmosphere there, that everybody comes and takes sustenance of power from you. So he said, I will definitely try. So you see that Baba tells us that we children have to take the responsibility of supporting or sustaining or cooperating with our creation by creating an atmosphere of power. And Baba says this is very important, because there are many souls who have the intention, who want to, overcome their weaknesses, but they don't have power. And you can give that power also, not just the knowledge. When you tell them what to do, you tell somebody take medicine and sleep. They will sometimes, not take medicine, and you will sometimes get very upset that this person cannot even take medicine for themselves. But the interesting thing is, if you just gave them medicine, they will get well. So Baba says that, if they are not able to take it themselves, they want to, but they don't have the power, then just create your state of power and support them in the spiritual journey. So this is also another point that Baba gives us. Baba gives us many points. Baba tells us that, Baba is the father, teacher, Satguru. And Baba is the ocean of peace, ocean of love. He is the loveliest. And you have to think about these things, because, you have to think about what is the difference between thinking about God as God, or, the Almighty, or thinking about God as the Father, Teacher, Satguru. Yes, so when you think about these things, you realize that Baba coming and telling us that he is the Father, Teacher, Satguru is a big deal, because the one you have relationship with, you can connect with that one very easily, and you have the intoxication of the attainment of that relationship. Yes, so when you understand that Baba is your parent, you have the faith, you change from a beggar to somebody who has all rights over Baba's treasures. You don't think that, God has to have mercy on you and give you some arms of peace or happiness, but you know that you are the child and you have a right over all the treasures of Baba. And just by remembering Baba, you can become the master ocean yourself. So Baba gives us this food for thought also. And then Baba gives us one very interesting point today. Baba says, Gita doesn't purify the soul, the God of Gita does. Yes, and people, they think that by venerating the scriptures, they will get something. They hold the scriptures in great regard. But that's just paper. Baba says, you have to remember Baba. Baba is the purifier. And when you and how do you connect with Baba? Just like, if there is a scripture, you have to read it to get the contents into your buddhi. Similarly, with Baba, you have to remember to get his contents into yourself. So, it is through remembrance that you will draw everything from Baba. So, Baba says it is not through Gita, it is the God of Gita who will make you pure. So, Baba gives many such points in the Murli for churning. And Baba says, I give you the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. And you see, if you churn on that knowledge, if you just think about it, it will give you a lot of power, because you will arrive at who you really are by thinking about the story that Baba tells you. For example, whatever story you have in your buddhi about your whole journey, the more you churn it, for example, you think that, these are the adversities I faced in childhood, or this is the adversity I faced as a youth, or this is what I'm facing now, then what happens is you start having the consciousness of a victim. Similarly, when you churn on the story that Baba is telling you, the true story, that you were a deity in the beginning, and then Ravan entered, and because you got influenced, you fell, and now you are with Baba and you're again going to become a deity, then it will fill you with a lot of faith in yourself and your fortune. So Baba says this is food for the soul. And Baba is giving us food, but we have the responsibility of digesting that food. And the more you digest it, it will give you health, spiritual health, power, and happiness. And then that along with yoga is going to fill you, with full strength, and you will be able to support others also in giving them the, support of your own power and uplifting them. And then Baba today says that you have to, so Baba tells us that in the scriptures it is written that you can go across by holding the tail of the cow. Yes, so Baba says, how will you go back? So our aim is to go back with Baba. And Baba says, you cannot do that by holding the tail of any cow. So Baba says, you are the cows. And somebody has to, hold your tail, or, so somebody has to follow you in terms of actions. So, and by you, Baba means Brahma Baba, because, the one who made it, we will follow that one. Because others, we don't know whether they reach the highest destination or not. So Baba says, follow Brahma Baba and do what he did. And that is holding the tail of the cow. And that will make you go across. And then Baba also underlines the meaning of follow. So, this is very interesting, and Baba points this out today, that there are people who call themselves followers. Yes. And technically, in the world, a follower means somebody who believes in you, not somebody who does what you do. Okay, so the followers of sannyasis, Baba always points this out, that the followers of sannyasis, they say that we are followers. But the sannyasis are leaving homes and going to the jungle, but you are living in the household, and you are leading your whole life in a very different manner, and then you say you are followers. How can that be? So Baba says that follow me to follow me. So if you want to go with me, if you want to follow me to the world of peace, then follow me. That means become like me. And become like me means become pure. And Baba says that I am pure, you are impure, then how can you follow me? So follow me means become pure. And Baba says, how can you become pure? By remembering me. So Baba says, follow me and become pure, then you will follow me back to your sweet home. You will go with me. So this is also one thing that Baba explains, that you have to become pure, otherwise you cannot go back with me. And then Baba also tells us that, those who have a lot of love for Baba, they will be able to follow Baba. Yes, so Baba says that those who are true lovers of the one beloved, they will also be able to follow Baba. So in that sense, Baba says, follow my Shrimat. So you see that Baba's Shrimat is very different from the dictates of the world that we live in. But then how do we follow Baba's Shrimat? When we have love for Baba. So those who, and you see, in Bhakti, we have had a lot of love for Baba. So for at least 2500 years, we have had love for Baba. And Baba says, now the more you realize that that Baba for whom I had been wandering 2500 years in Bhakti, and I'll tell you one very interesting thing about this. So in this birth, I have not done any Bhakti. Okay, so when I came to Gyan, and Baba told us that 63 births of bhakti you have done. So there was no way in which I could find that out. So I had faith that yes, Baba is saying so, it's fine. But I could not feel it that I have been a bhakt for 2500 years. And then one day, and I will tell you, I did not have love also until then. So I felt that Baba is the teacher, and I used to follow what Baba said, because I intellectually felt that whatever Baba is saying is right and you should do it. But I did not have that flow of love in my heart. And then one day I was in Madhuban, and there was a commentary, and in that commentary, I don't know, usually we have that commentary where you are the worship worthy deity from the copper age. But in that commentary, it was a commentary about how you searched for God when the copper age came. And you wandered in search of God, and you looked here and there, and you took a lot of effort to look for God. And when I was in that hall, I started crying, that tears started coming out of my eyes. And then after that yoga, I sat and thought, why would I cry for cry in that episode where everybody's looking for God? And of course, I must have looked for God that desperately, and that that memory, it got activated, and then tears started flowing from my eyes. And from that day onwards, that love also got activated, and I started having that feeling, something changed inside, and I started feeling that this is that Baba for whom I looked for 2500 years. And then I had a lot of importance of this episode of meeting Baba, and I valued this meeting, and I had a lot of love for Baba. And Baba says that when you have love for Baba, then you follow his Shrimat totally. Because love makes everything easy. And you see, the only thing that makes you free from tiredness or makes everything easy is love. And Baba says, where there is love, you don't feel the feeling of making an effort. And Baba says that this is how you follow me. And those who have love for me, those who become pure through my remembrance, those who do what Brahma Baba did, complete surrender, and those who have regard for remembering me and becoming pure, they will follow me back when I go back. Okay. Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
In today's movie, Baba said few points about Brahmins. Now we have become Brahmins by studying from Brahma Baba. And Baba says in heaven, in golden age, there will be no Brahmins. Only deities will be there. And Brahmins don't have their own scriptures.
Yes.
And Brahmins are not mentioned there also.
Correct.
And this is a type of incognito mode.
Yes. Okay.
Baba and Brahmins both in confluence age.
Yes.
And one thing more, Didi, when we love someone, we all need love to feel ourselves.
Yes.
And we have got now ocean of love. And we can feel as much as we want or need. And but because we are expecting from humans, they give according to their capacity.
Right.
And to feel completely, we have to definitely remember Baba.
Yes.
And also follow Baba and copy him. But one question arises in my mind, Didi, that is it possible to 100% copy the one?
Of course. Otherwise, why would Baba say that?
Okay.
Yes. So when Baba says it, that means it's possible, 100%.
In terms of human beings, I thought like that. They is not possible, but for Baba, it can be.
No. So when Baba talks about copying, Baba is talking about Brahma Baba.
Okay.
Yeah. So see father, follow father. So in terms of actions, you copy Brahma Baba. In terms of virtues, you draw virtues from Shiv Baba.
Okay. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
In today's blessing, Baba says the souls today are very weak and they need some extra force. So you need to be so powerful that you can just help them to go forward and like to take them a jump. So while reading that, Didi, I just remembered an incident from Mahabharata when there's a lot of rain and the whole city is being flooded. And Krishna, with his just small finger, he just lifts the whole mountain and makes it the umbrella, and the whole city, the people are saved. So as Baba says that you need to be filled with spatial power. So I just remember this incident.
Yes. So yes, you can be that conduit to create that canopy for the whole world. Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Okay, anybody else? No. Let's thank Baba for some time.